Hello good humans, you might assume that humans buy products because of what they are, but the truth is that most times we often buy things because of where they are. For example, items on store shelves that are at eye level tend to be purchased more than items on less visible shelves. According to data cited by the New York Times, 45% of Coca-Cola sales come specifically from end-of-the-aisle racks. Here's why this is important. Something has to go on the shelf at eye level. Something has to be placed on the rack at the end of the aisle. Something must be the default choice. Something must be the option with the most visibility and prominence. This is true, not just in stores, but in nearly every area of our lives. There are default choices in your office, and in your car, in your kitchen, and in your living room. My point is, if you design for default in your life, rather than accepting whatever is handed to you, then it will be easier to live a better life. Although most of us have the freedom to make a wide range of choices at any given moment, we often make decisions based on the environment we find ourselves in. Consider how your default decisions are designed throughout your personal and professional life. For example, if you sleep with your phone next to your bed, then checking social media and email as soon as you wake up is likely to be the default decision. Of course, defaults can be positive as well. If you keep a water bottle with you throughout the day, then drinking water rather than soda is more likely to be the default decision. Researchers have referred to the impact that environmental defaults can have on our decision-making as choice architecture. It is important to realize that you can be the architect of your choices. You can design your default choices. Let's see about how to optimize your default decisions. 1. Simplicity. It is hard to focus on the signal when you're constantly surrounded by noise. It is more difficult to eat healthy when your kitchen is filled with junk food. It is more difficult to accomplish your most important task when you fall into the myth of multitasking. When in doubt, eliminate options. 2. Visual cues. In the supermarket, placing items on shelves at eye level makes them more visual and more likely to be purchased. You can use visual cues like the paperclip method or the Seinfeld strategy to create an environment that visually nudges your actions in the right direction. 3. Opt-out versus opt-in. There is a famous organ donation study that revealed how multiple European countries skyrocketed their organ donation rates. They required citizens to opt out of donating rather than opt in to donating. You can do something similar in your life by opting your future self into better habits ahead of time. For example, you could schedule your yoga session for next week while you are feeling motivated today. When your workout rolls around, you have to justify opting out rather than motivating yourself to opt in. Designing for default comes down to a very simple premise: shift your environment so that the good behaviors are easier and the bad behaviors are harder. You should learn to identify the difference between defaults that designed for you versus those designed by you. Default choices are not inherently bad, but the entire world was not designed with your goals in mind. In fact, many companies have goals that directly compete with yours. A food company may want you to buy their bag of chips while you want to lose weight. For this reason, you should be wary of accepting every default as if it is supposed to be the optimal choice. Try to live in a life that you design rather than accepting the standard one that has been handed to you. Question everything. You need to alter, tweak, and shift your environment until it matches what you want out of life. Yes, the world around you shapes your habits and choices, but there is something important to realize: someone had to shape that world in the first place. Now, that someone can be you. Thank you, have a nice day.